I guess I look at Tua differently than a lot of people. I think he's gonna be an excellent quarterback. I think one of his skills and talents is touch, adjustment, ball placement, those kind of things. When you have that, you will adjust to new talent quickly. And so I'm not worried about that with Tua. I'm just not. I'm not one of those guys that's all panicky about all this stuff here. The It's the line that takes a lot longer to develop than the quarterback wide receiver, combination, and especially with the quarterback you have now. If you had a quarterback that was kind of limited and raw, then okay, but this is not a raw quarterback. This is a finished product. He's just not proven at this level. But this guy knows how to read defenses. This guy knows how to react to everything. He's a smart kid. Again, you got accuracy, you got ball placement. These kind of things. It's what we I think what some of us we've fallen in this rut now, right? That Ray Lucas wasn't Mr. Accuracy and ball placement. Jay Fiedler wasn't Mr. Accuracy and ball placement. Ryan Tannehill wasn't Mr. Accuracy and ball placement. You haven't had a lot of those over the years. Cleo Lemon, we could just go on. Pat White, do you want me to do this? Do you need me to do this? Like the only guy you ever had was Chad Pennington, and you made the playoffs because he didn't turn over the ball, because he had accuracy, because he had ball placement, and then everybody else did their jobs. So I'm not ask tomorrow. When we have Omar Kelly, I'll tell you the story now, and then Omar can confirm it. So it was like, I think it was my last year, like being kind of a beat guy or going often to camp. And Pennington, it's his first day in practice. First day, first moment, first snap. Listen to me now. First moment, first play, first snap, first throw. Never has thrown to anybody in the Dolphins. Ted Ginn is streaking down the sideline. Right next to us, by the way. Chad Pennington throws a deep ball, about 35 yards, something like that. Not super deep because, Pennington didn't have a gun to go throwing 60 yards. But it was 35 yards in the air. It literally hits Ted Ginn on the helmet. I turned to Omar, I said, they got their quarterback. They'll be fine. That's it. Guy had never played with Ted Ginn. Now, Ted Ginn obviously didn't see the ball coming because at that time, Ted Ginn was still young and raw and still growing as a receiver. We all know. You know the story. I don't need to tell you where Ted Ginn was in his early part of his Dolphin career. And he's had a terrific career overall, by the way. He developed into a solid receiver for the rest of his career. And so, it wasn't like he was a bad player. He was just never going to live up to that number 9 pick. That's all. It was a terrible pick for the Dolphins. But my point is that Chad Pennington didn't need a ton of practice to get adjusted to anybody. Why? It's what I told you before. It's the analogy I've used over the years. You go to the park and there's only a couple kids that can actually throw the ball. And, you're 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 6-on-6, whatever it is. And the one guy that can throw the ball, he has a kid that is on his team from another neighborhood that came by, bike rode in, parked by his neighborhood. Nobody was there. He drove by this park, saw a bunch of kids. He stopped by. Hey, you guys going to play football? Yeah, boom. Joins. He gets picked by it. The kid that can throw the ball, never played with that kid. He goes on a 9 route, and he lays it out right there on the money. Why? Because he can throw. He has that sense. He can feel it. That's Tua. That's Aaron Rodgers. That's Tom Brady. That's Peyton Manning. That's Drew Brees. That's Chad Pennington. That's just when you have it, it's not a big deal that your receivers are not there. So that's why we talked a little bit about this before. I'm not worried about the wide receivers missing time. Just get me Devontae Parker to week 1. That's all, dude. I don't need I've seen enough of Devontae Parker. I know he can play. My the problem he has is staying healthy. I don't think any of us deny that Devontae Parker can play, right? Not a bit. It's just he can't stay healthy. So if they're just slow walking this thing, I'm good with it, man. I'm good with it. So don't worry so much about some of the guys missing time because most of them aren't going to play anyway on this team. You know, and Preston's not going to play for a while because he's going to be on the pup list probably to start the season, which is the smart thing to do. Let that kid get healthy. And then that's it. Once you get Will Fuller on the field and Parker, those are the two guys. And Fuller and Parker were practicing with Tua in the offseason. So he's already thrown to those guys. It's fine. I'm not worried about it whatsoever.